The solar system, one star, 8 planets, and everything that orbits them, in one continuous move outward. The Sun. It all starts here, 8 light minutes from us, fusing 600 million tons of hydrogen a second. Everything else in the solar system, all of it together, is a rounding error on its mass. Mercury, 3 light minutes out, a cratered ball of iron and rock with no air at all to hold the heat. Sunlit rock at 430 degrees, night side at -180. Venus, 6 light minutes out. Under that smooth cloud deck, radar found volcanoes and plains of lava. 465 degrees, and it turns backwards, slower than it goes round the sun. Earth, 8 light minutes out. One world with liquid water and a moon large enough to steady its tilt. 1968, Bill Anders looks back from lunar orbit, and we see it for the first time. Mars, 13 light minutes out, and that gash across it is Valles Marineris, 4,000 kilometers long. A cold, rusty desert, 2 captured asteroids for moons, and the tallest volcano we know of. Jupiter, 43 light minutes out. 4 moons swing around it, and Galileo saw exactly this in 1610. It never quite became a star. It became a system with a storm wider than our whole planet. Saturn, 80 light minutes out and lit from behind. The rings resolve into thousands of separate ringlets. Countless chunks of ice, and a moon bigger than Mercury hiding lakes of liquid methane. Uranus, nearly 3 light hours out, and this one rolls, 98 degrees of axial tilt. Its rings and moons circle almost vertically. Voyager 2 came by once, and nobody since. Neptune, 4 light hours out. The last planet and the only one we found with mathematics first. Winds of 2,000 kilometers an hour, and Triton, a moon that orbits backwards. 4 light hours from the sun to the last planet, and all of it circles one ordinary star. We have drawn the map. Everything after this actually happened. To the stars. From a beeping metal ball in low orbit to the edge of the solar system in one human lifetime. 1957, Baikonur in the Kazakh desert, and a rocket built for a warhead. Tonight it carries a metal sphere, 83 kilograms, circling the Earth every 96 minutes. Sputnik 1 opens the space age. Anyone with a shortwave radio can hear it go by. (1961), 4 years on, the same rocket family. This time a man sits on top. Poyakali, let us go. Yuri Gagarin, 27 years old, rides a converted intercontinental missile off the pad. One lap of the Earth, 108 minutes, and he is the most famous man alive. 7 years pass. Kennedy promises the moon before the decade is out. Korolev, who built Gagarin's rocket, dies, and the Soviet lead with him. 1968. The lunar lander is not ready, so NASA changes the plan. Apollo 8 will fly to the moon with no lander at all. The first crew to ride the Saturn V on only its third flight. They leave Earth orbit within hours, the first humans ever to do it, and reach the moon on Christmas Eve. Bill Anders photographs the Earth rising over a dead horizon. We went to the moon and found ourselves. (1969). 2 flights have now rehearsed everything but the landing itself. The mightiest rocket ever flown lifts Armstrong, Aldrin, and Collins off the pad, and 3 hours later sets them on course for the moon. Four days of coasting. In the cabin, they broadcast television back to a planet that has never watched anything like it. Eagle undocks and drops toward the Sea of Tranquility. Computer alarms nobody has seen, a field of boulders, and less than a minute of fuel left. 600 million people watch a human being step onto another world. 1 in 6 of everyone alive. 1977. No one has left Earth orbit in 5 years. Now the robots go. Voyager 2 goes first. Not 1 planet is the target, but 4, an alignment that comes once every 176 years. Now watch the Earth turn, 16 times over, while Voyager 2 falls away and its twin still waits on the pad. September the 5th. Voyager 1 leaves on a faster path and will overtake its twin before the asteroid belt is behind them. Between them, they will visit every giant planet in the solar system. Both cross the asteroid belt on a trail cut by Pioneer 10 and 11. Ahead of them lies a planet with no surface at all. (1979), a ring nobody expected, and on Io, volcanoes throwing sulfur 300 kilometers up. Until this week, Io was a dot. Now it is the most volcanic world we know. 20 months further out, and the sun is only a bright star. A radio command from Earth now takes well over an hour to reach the probe. (1980). Saturn's rings dissolve into thousands of ringlets, and Titan turns out to be wrapped in thick orange haze. After a close pass at Titan, Voyager 1 is flung up and out of the plane of the planets. Voyager 2 takes the slower road. 4.5 years pass out here with nothing but course corrections and downlinks, and the probe is still healthy, still listening for orders. (1986), a planet lying on its side. 10 new moons and a magnetic field tilted at an impossible angle. To this day, that hour is the only visit Uranus has ever had. (1986), 4 days after Uranus, back at the Cape, a launch in unusual cold. 73 seconds from now, a brittle rubber seal on a booster will give way. Seven astronauts are lost. The shuttle fleet stays on the ground for almost 3 years. 3.5 more years to the last planet. Voyager 2 has now been flying for 12 of them, far longer than anyone expected, and out here sunlight is 900 times weaker. (1989). Neptune with a great dark spot the size of the Earth, and Triton spraying nitrogen from its frozen south. The grand tour is complete. 12 years, 4 giant planets, 1 spacecraft. 1990. A new decade and a new idea. Stop flying past things, start staring. A telescope the size of a bus rides up in a shuttle bay, above the air that blurs every view from the ground. Weeks later, the first images come down blurred. The mirror has been ground wrong. Astronauts fix it by hand 3 years later, and Hubble redraws the sky. Galileo needs 6 years to reach Jupiter, going the long way past Venus and twice past the Earth, stealing speed from each. Its main antenna never opens, so pictures come home slowly. (1995). Galileo breaks into orbit and becomes the first spacecraft to circle a giant planet. Under the cracked ice of Europa, it finds the signature of an ocean. "7 months to Mars on a mission built to be cheap, faster, better, cheaper, and if it fails cheaply." (1997). No landing legs, no soft touchdown. Airbags bounce the lander across the desert until it rolls to a stop. Out comes Sojourner, 10 kilograms on 6 wheels, and it drives on another planet. (1998). Baikonur again, and this time the old rivals build it together. Proton rocket lifts Zarya into orbit, the first module of a station that will be assembled piece by piece. Since the year 2000, the biggest thing we built off Earth has never been empty. (2003). Columbia is 16 minutes from the runway after 16 days up. 16 days earlier at liftoff, a piece of foam insulation had punched a hole in the leading edge of the left wing. 7 more astronauts are lost. The shuttle never truly recovers, and the fleet retires within a decade. 7 years and 4 planetary flybys to reach Saturn, with a European lander for Titan aboard. In 2004. Cassini slows itself into orbit around Saturn, and it will stay for 13 years. Long enough to find salt water spraying from Enceladus and lakes of methane on Titan. New Horizons left 2 years after Cassini reached Saturn, and has been flying for 9.5 years. 1 pass, and no fuel to stop. 2015, everyone expected a dead ball of ice. Instead, young glaciers of nitrogen, mountains of water ice, and a heart. A heart you can see from 6 billion kilometers away. Pluto is not finished yet. Everything so far has been about going outward. Parker's solar probe goes the other way, and inward is the harder trip. In 2018, Parker flies into the sun's own atmosphere behind a shield of carbon and foam. Each pass at Venus bends the orbit tighter. It becomes the fastest thing we have built. "7 months to Mars again, 24 years after Sojourner, and this time the rover is car-sized. In 2021, 7 minutes of terror, and then a rocket-powered crane lowers the rover into an ancient river delta. Days later, Ingenuity lifts off beside it, the first aircraft to fly on another world. In 2021. Christmas morning in French Guiana, and $10 billion on the pad. James Webb is folded up inside the ferry. 344 steps must not fail. Far beyond the moon, it unfolds itself, then looks deeper into time than anything before. In 2022. 50 years after the last Apollo, a moon rocket stands at Kennedy. The most powerful rocket NASA has ever launched leaves pad 39B in the middle of the night. "90 minutes later, the upper stage fires again, and Orion leaves Earth behind. 5 days to the moon, the same crossing Apollo 8 made, except this capsule is empty. Instruments ride where bodies would sit. Orion passes 130 kilometers above the far side, using the moon's own gravity to swing wider. Then 2 weeks in a wide, backward orbit, and at its far end, further from Earth than any craft built for people has ever been. Coming home, the capsule hits the atmosphere at 40,000 kilometers an hour, skips off it once and comes down a second time. Splashdown in the Pacific. Nobody was on board. Next time somebody will be. 69 years, 21 journeys, 8 planets and 1 dwarf. All of it inside a single human lifetime, and out there both Voyagers are still flying.